Hi everyone, how are you doing today? So you're welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be teaching you on how you can produce at least 100 rabbits on a monthly basis. Yes, how you can produce 100 rabbits on a monthly basis. And I want you to follow me carefully on this video because some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you will go a long way to help you, especially if you're into rabbit farming for meat production. You see, when it comes to the rabbit industry, the biggest part of that industry is actually the meat production. You understand? Because when it comes to meat, just like every other livestock industry, the meat production has to do with slaughtering, the animal for consumption. So and when you're trying to slaughter the animal for consumption, you need a large number. One of the reasons why the poultry industry is bigger than the rabbitry, in Nigeria today is because of the number advantage. They have what I call the number advantage because there are many. It's easy to get like 5,000 broilers now, 10,000, 20,000 broilers, but it's not that easy to get the number of rabbits because in the case of the broiler, you can have their eggs from their breeding stock, and from there you can go to the hatchery and hatch them. But there's no any technology that you can use to produce rabbits right now other than for you to cross them. And even if you want to artificially inseminate the rabbit with the semen of the male into the female, you still have to use the female's body. So, and what happens within the female's body is beyond your control. Yes, you cannot totally determine or control or influence everything completely. No, there is a part you can control, then there's another part that is beyond, way, way beyond your control. That is just the honest truth of the matter, right? And that is exactly one of the reasons why the rabbit industry in Nigeria is the way it is. But there's a future ahead of us in the industry. So if you're into meat production for rabbits in Nigeria, you need to listen carefully to the things I'm going to be sharing in today's video, because most of the people that have done meat rabbit production that I know have one challenge, and that challenge is that they always run out of stock to supply. There was a time that a farmer was supplying a farm was supplying Shoprite in Kwara State, and the same thing another person was supplying Shoprite in Ibadan. And after a while, the both of them couldn't keep up with the business because they ran out of stock. You understand? So the market has never been the problem. The truth of the matter is that there is no enough rabbits to slaughter. So if you want to do rabbit meat production and you want to do it on a commercial scale, the first thing you have to do is to ensure that you are able to multiply the rabbits reasonably in terms of number. You understand? When you have a large number of rabbits, it becomes easy for you to slaughter them and not, completely run out of business. There are those that have also done roadside selling of rabbit meat or processing, or those who even do. I know some people who does that on a weekend basis. You understand? Supply their customer. Every one of them always have the same issue. They run out of rabbit to slaughter for meat, and then they are forced to start slaughtering their breeding stock. You know, for them to be able to meet up with the demand. And then when they are done slaughtering their breeding stock, then they don't even have any rabbits anymore to keep up with the business, and then they are out of the business. So, in order to avoid this kind of mistake, the truth of the matter is that if you want to produce the minimum of 100 rabbits per month, you need to have between 40 to 50 females. 40 to 50 female will get the job done. And how do I mean by 40 to 50 female? This is my this is my analysis on that. Number one, if you have 20 rabbits and you cross them this month, and let's assume they give birth to minimum of five offspring, you understand, per female, and you cross 20, that's a total of 100. So if you cross the 20 this month, they will give you 100 next month. Now note that some of them will actually give it to more than five. We are only using five for this projection in this particular video, and that is because when you are planning your business, it's always good to under promise and over deliver, right? So if you cross 20 this month, it can give you 100 offsprings next month, or more than 100, but let's just use 100. And if you cross another 20 next month, and then you can expect another 100 offsprings in 1 month time. Please, I'm making this video with the consciousness of the fact that people that are watching the video have watched my previous video where I talk about how to palpate rabbits so that you don't get disappointed. Anything between 12 to 15 days after you have crossed your rabbit, you should be able to palpate the rabbit and be sure that the rabbit is pregnant or not. That certainty is very important, and the most assured way to verify if your rabbit is pregnant or has been successfully crossed is for you to palpate the rabbit. If you go ahead and palpate the rabbit, you can be very sure whether the rabbit is pregnant or not. so as to avoid any kind of disappointment whatsoever. You understand? So if you cross your rabbit 20 this month, it will give you 10, maybe by next month. If you cross another 20 by next month, it will give you, another 100 the following month. So if you continue the cycle like that, you can actually have up to 100 rabbits on a monthly basis. So anything between 50 to 60 female rabbits is a good start for rabbit meat production. Anything between 50 females to 60 females will help you to achieve a reasonable number. You understand? So that by the time they are getting mature and you start slaughtering them, you have a good number of them on ground. You understand? One of the advantage of rabbit farming is the fact that you can actually manage your rabbits within a short or a limited space. Yes, you can manage the rabbits within a short or a limited space. You know, even though they are in large number, it will surprise you that you don't need so much space to actually handle even that large number, which is another major benefit of rabbit farming altogether. You understand? So if you multiply them like that, you'll be able to to get a large number to supply. I have someone that actually needs 20 rabbits to slaughter on a weekly basis. I also have someone who needs 500 rabbits to slaughter on a weekly basis. All of these people are looking for rabbits to supply to slaughter, and they have not been able to get. And if you have enough rabbits for them, they are waiting for you. There are markets all across Nigeria, like I always say. So the number comes first. Have enough number of rabbits to slaughter, then you can be thinking of selling to those who are in need. The truth of the matter is that some people just need to taste rabbit meat for the first time. They just need to taste it for the first time. That's what they need. You will be surprised at how much they will start demanding for it, you know, after tasting it for the first time. So the market is big, the industry is huge, it has great potential. I think farmers just need to get to work. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm sure you have learned one or two things. Make sure you grow the number of your females to a reasonable extent so that you can multiply to a large quantity, and then you'll be able to um, supply more and more people that need the rabbits, and then you still be able to keep helping the business and not run out of business, because most people have run out of the business because they sell even what they are using to multiply, which they ought not to sell. So don't be like one of them. Multiply what you have to a good number before you start slaughtering, so that you will be in the business for a long time. So thanks for watching my video. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.